Sometimes dead is better.
I just watched the original Pet Sematary 1989 and the remake back to back. What I love for the most part is the story and the prosthetics used. It has genuine tension. It does have a slow burn. And it has a strong cast aside from the mom, which I thought was a little wooden throughout, as well as the daughter. And there's some moments throughout that'll leave you scratching your head a little bit. Like the scene where they're burying church in the middle of the day, and by the end, it's night. Like it took them that long, like 5 hours to bury a cat. We all had pets. Stephen King wrote the film. He's a great novelist. As far as screenwriting, I think a lot of the dialogue feels unnatural to me and honestly cringy. You could play a drinking game and I'd be under the table counting how many times you see the truck pass and how many times that judge says, sometimes dead is better. That's really overdone. As far as the remake, everyone hated on it, including myself, honestly, as I do have a deep love for the first growing up with it. But it also has some good moments in it as well, with some questionable ones. The remake does build up with Zelda, her backstory and everything, and the remake better. It's less abrupt and it has little hints of it and subtleties mixed in, and elaborating more on the sister's relationship with Zelda is really well done. So it's not so jarring when you first see her. Now, the remake definitely does have better writing as far as the characters, and with the parents not having an agreeable belief system, it makes them more relatable, feel more real, as they don't really agree or see eye to eye with each other as far as that goes until the story progresses. Both films I thought were really respective and good adaptations for film and their own way. And rewatching it gives me a new perspective on it now. As much as I love the first, I see how it's dated now. The remake benefits for the elements that may date the first film. For the remake, revamps it and improves on it, even cutting out some big parts of the first film and really just sticking to what's relevant in the original. Every in the daytime, I admire that too, because it just shows like something horrible can occur any time of the day. Remake has more shots at night. I think it even elevates the horror. Less camp and lighthearted ghost. And the biggest change in the remake is switching Gage to the sister that gets brought back. And I can see why, because in the end of the original, you can totally tell it's a doll. It just looks silly, like the dad biting off this little baby. But that could have been fixed. They could have had him sneak up on them like he did with Judd. Also, just made Gage bigger in the remake, like older. That would have helped the issue without having to switch characters. Remake also felt more like a possession type film rather than zombies, and I actually like that take better. Because even though they're undead, it does have a supernatural element to it with already the ghosts involved. Being able to look past my nostalgic goggles, loving the original, like it's not a bad thing to say film's dated. Like it can still be timeless. Some things in films just don't hold up, or some certain acting over exaggerated, just doesn't feel as natural as today. Pet Sematary, the original, still have a strong grip hold on me. It's that style and specific sense of humor. It still has a sentence grip, and I think that that's really what's important. We get a stronger sense of why they're so special, really what they accomplished for back then in comparison to today. I have a new fondness for the remake that I didn't have when I first saw it. Both films I thought were solid in their own right. Glad I can appreciate both. So what's your thoughts?